Welcome back to Central Coast Disc Golf. This is the back nine from round 2 of the 2023 Beaver State Fling presented by Oliva. I'm your host, Nate Perkins, and I'm joined here again with my good friend, Ella Hansen.
What's up? We are watching some really fun disc golf. Jen is absolutely shredding this front nine, but Holland only 2 strokes back. Maria another stroke behind Holland, and Cat Merch with a hot round so far, putting herself up into contention. Should be a fun 9 holes to check out.
Yeah, one of the finest days you'll ever have. We're just about 45 minutes southeast of Portland, and we are about the same distance from Mount Hood. And it was so clear out here that you could actually see Mount Hood off in the distance, and just an amazing place to play disc golf.
Absolutely. And hole 10, it's a 550-foot par 4. Plays as the easiest hole on the course. Feels like a must-get. There is this out-of-bounds string line on the left side across the path, but really shouldn't be coming into play for pretty much any players. That looks great for Jen. And it does kind of force you to think a little bit being behind that tree on the left side, but she is in got plenty of room to get up to the green.
Holland going nuke here. Full flight out of that one.
Yep. That looks great. That looks a little bit overturned for Maria. But getting just in front of that tree's branches. And again, like, position, not that important off this drive. As long as you're not in those trees to the right or out of bounds left, pretty much can get up and down from anywhere.
Rebecca went gold line flow off the tee.
I don't even think I've ever heard of that disc.
Yeah, Matty O loves the flow.
Okay. Oh man. Off the koozie. Good shot from Rebecca. Getting some knucks from the rest of the card mates. Always love seeing that vibe. I mean, I personally, like, no matter how bad or good I'm playing, it's always fun to see good shots and give people the props they deserve.
No, that just left her hand. But she was close enough that it really didn't matter. She's just outside of the bullseye.
On a little bit pinched off, but basing it easy.
And this card is showing us why hole 10 is the easiest hole on the course.
Oh, man. That does not feel good. And both Rebecca and Maria really have that kind of low to high aggressive putt and can make some of those closer, inside 15-foot putts a little bit less consistent. Hole 11, par 5, 850 feet. The Philo Albatross hole. big hyzer straight shot off the tee and then trying to get up sort of into this patch of rough or flying over or past for the second shot. You just don't want to get too close to any of these trees so you're not pinched off on the approach. And protected green tucked into the left side. That looks great for Jen.
This is fun to watch right now. Really spinning that destroyer out there in a prime position. Potentially gonna try and shape one around the cedar and have a look for eagle.
Definitely in position to do so. Holland playing a bit wider and higher. Getting well around the corner. That looks nice for Maria. Yeah, that is pushing the left edge of the fairway, but should be plenty of room for Rebecca here. I think that's a great play, just getting up to the front side of that hill. Giving yourself, not pushing that back wall too much, giving yourself an angle into the green, and Holland turns that over more than she wanted to.
Maria going wraith here. Quite get the turn she's looking for, but that's going to set her up for a little chip into the green.
Yeah, definitely doesn't take birdie out of position, but she's going to have to throw a very touchy shot on her approach. That looks overturned.
Another standstill destroyer shot.
Seems like there might have been some backups on this hole for our lead card. Not making Jen too happy, but
Doesn't matter. Sets her up for a little hyzer, and she executes. Looking at another birdie.
kind of an awkward stance for Holland, getting that flex.
Yes.
And a nice roll down to the edge of the circle. Whoop.
Infinite.
Get a roll out. That's all right. Just cutting the inside of that corner a little too much. But lucky to stay out on the edge.
Oh, and Maria going high. She's throwing another disc I haven't heard before, the yarn.
I believe that's a Castoplast disc, but I also don't really know what it is.
It's got to be Castoplast.
Rebecca just laying it up. We've seen that. I think that's her third, mid-circle 2 layup this round. Great putt for Holland. Taking a par. And really, the first shot on this hole is not the most difficult shot. It's the second 2 that bring the challenge.
And she extends her lead to 3.
Just stacking up the birdies right now.
Nice little over-the-top hyzer there to get up and down. After 11, we decent little walk up the hill, and you walk back through a couple of par 3s that we used to play on the west course, and we head into what some like to call the dream hole.
Just a beautiful downhill, wide open, well, not wide open obviously, but wide open view down to the river here. Pretty touchy shot. You got to get that height right. You got to make sure that you're not overturning it or going too far left off the tee. Gettable hole for pretty much most of the FPO field, but it takes a really good shot.
Come on, Heiser. Come on, Heiser.
Jen's calling for the hyzer. Looks like it's doing that. And I think that is far enough behind that tree that she should have a putt.
She's hasn't really missed a line yet today.
Looks, oh man, just getting a little too much turn, catching one of those last branches on that right side tree. That's looking great for Holland. I mean,
What a shot. UV Vulture.
can't really do it any better than that.
Is that 12 speed?
10 speed.
Okay.
Too far left, Rebecca. Hoping that gets through somehow to the front side. That little section of rough on the left is very challenging, very thick, hard to get up and down from there. So it looks like Rebecca has this small gap. Great. Well executed. Up close to the bullseye.
Wow. Has the angle. Connects on the hyzer putt.
Taking another look. Just sneaking under the band. Rebecca getting in for the 3. Yeah, 3 as well, and just Holland casually stepping up, tapping in that birdie. What a great shot for Holland.
2 birdies here on the 12th. Really impressive. Jen has 3 strokes over Holland, 4 over Maria Cap Merch, putting together a decent one, but she is 7 back.
The J, it's kind of like a companion disc to the Rock, not quite as overstable. So it's more point and shoot than the Rock is, but it's still got really good torque resistance and it plays really well in the wind, and you can throw it sidearm.
Hole 13, par 3, 310 feet. Uphill, kind of a tight gap off the tee, but once you get up here, you really want to throw something pushing toward the basket. It can be a little bit more stable, or you can throw more of a hyzer flip up that's gonna push left. Jen and I actually talked about this hole yesterday, and she threw, I think, a T-bird yesterday and told me she thinks it's a mid shot.
Bink.
And, yeah, I mean...
She went T-bird again.
She went T-bird.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, she threw it pretty good.
Maybe
I threw
she's
mid
just trying
today
to
and it was
convince
bad.
you to go mid.
If she
it
did,
did.
it worked. It worked. It worked. Ooh.
Oh, Holland giving that one a scare for ace, and she's 60 deep.
I feel like this basket just gets a lot. I think it's maybe the height of the shot, but it seems to be getting ace ran quite a bit.
Little body English on that one.
Wow.
That's a Halo Anubis from Maria, and that is a tap-in birdie.
What a shot. And that
Okay,
was
just
getting a little
4
skip up.
Proper lines right there from
Absolutely.
this lead card.
And Holland, I mean, I think she might even be close to circle 1 for the MPO pin. She threw this real far. Oh, man. What a good
Fooled me.
bid. Oh, man. This is...
It's great. I love her energy right now. She's so animated. She is living and dying by every spin of that putter.
Wow. And Rebecca catching left corner. Jen, yeah, she absolutely did not think that was going in. But that gives her 4 birdies in a row, absolutely dominating this back nine so far. Nice comebacker for Holland. So Jen with those 4 birdies in a row, pushing herself to a 4-stroke lead. And we're moving on to hole 14. Trying to throw a backhand hyzer through either those set of field goals or the gap to the left, and just getting into the middle of this fairway. Definitely don't want to push what is now the right side wall, because we are S-curving back up this hill into this protected green, and the front side is very protected. You really want to be attacking the basket pretty much directly from the side. So the forehand is going to be a really common play on the second shot.
Get through it. Oh my gosh.
So Jen pushing the inside of that tree a little bit, but getting well out down the fairway. And Maria just squares up that right side tree. Becca going through that straight field goal gap, executing it perfectly.
Holland just going captain's raptor here, using the stability to check up short. You really don't want to be on the deep side of this fairway.
You definitely don't. But I think Holland, of all the players to be on that side of the fairway, Holland is not the worst one to be there, because she has that super powerful sidearm. Definitely, I think, still in position to get up and down for a birdie from there. And Maria, after that tree kick, just playing it straight down the fairway and taking a look at the sidearm power for Holland.
Huge hyzer right there.
Just full hyzer, lot of height the whole way. That was great.
Good to display of what she's capable of. It's probably 330 or something, all hyzer, 50 feet in the air. Oh, and Rebecca finding a little line through that backside.
Keep turning.
Jen going with the standstill. Wow. That was amazing. What a great shot.
And yeah, her standstill, like when she chooses to go standstill has been perplexing. That was a Mako 3 that Jen was able to complete that ante on.
Saw Maria just hit the cage for birdie from looking like 80 to 100 feet. There's Rebecca for birdie. Making this hole look easy. It's not that easy, I assure you. Jen now 5 in a row.
She's got 4 on the field.
Moving to hole 15. This is a combo hole of hole 1 and 2 east, west.
East.
I never know which one it is,
Yep.
but it's going to be...
You can say either one. Most people never know.
That's true. I'd say it's the north course, you know? Anyway, it's a big turnover backhand or forehand off the tee, and then very kind of similar green to the last hole, but even more tucked up, even more steep, even more protected. Jen crushing this. Maybe a little further inside than she would like, but
She's in position.
absolutely. And if you can throw a good tee shot here, the second shot can be pretty simple, just a straight shot down the fairway to get yourself in position to attack for the birdie. Holland showing off her sidearm power again.
Oh yeah. I believe that was another captain's raptor, actually. Maria going with the Roadrunner to ride out that turnover. It's a really good spot.
Sure is. And Rebecca going with the forehand. I think that was rolling.
Yeah. Looked like an attempt at the roller.
And Holland just playing this straight shot, trying to get up into the gap, and executes perfectly. Should be very straightforward up and down for birdie for her.
Maria doing the same. Going Anubis. Straight shot there. That final approach is tricky, even if it's only 120 feet.
And I don't think Jen got quite the turn she was looking for on that shot, but still, again, lined up well with the gap. Might see a forehand from her potentially. Rebecca's third shot turning a little bit early. There's a forehand from Jen.
Oh,
Yep.
wow. She is bullseye's edge for her 6th birdie in a row.
Maria playing more of that high line. Doesn't get through. Holland playing the wood chippy hill nicely.
It's a scary green to approach to.
It sure is. It sure is. And you really do want to get close, because if you are putting up or back at this basket, it's one of those holes that if you miss, you are probably rolling somewhere to circle two. Six birdies in a row for Jen on this back nine. Looking unstoppable right now, to be honest.
I feel like this is some of the best disc golf we've seen on our coverage all year, Ella.
Yeah.
Just collectively as a card. I mean, look at all the birdies here.
That is a lot of green.
Rebecca just palms that one in there. Those always scare me, no matter the distance.
Yes. I would always rather just putt it normally, but, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and as long as it works, it works. Wow, Jen at 11 down through 15 holes. Just putting on a show for y'all right now. For me, for everybody watching.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
Hole 16, par 4, 520 feet. Big uphill hyzer off the tee. And you just want to make sure you're in the middle of this fairway, in the grass. This pin position has been pushed back from previous years. Not in these wood chips, but further down onto this peninsula, closer to the road, which does bring in some more out of bounds and makes the approach shot a little bit tougher. You got to thread it through some trees, but you really can attack it from either backhand or forehand on the upshot. That looks great from Jen. I mean, continuing on with
It's a huge hyzer.
her
So
streak
far
of
up there.
great shots. Holland playing it higher, but getting tons of distance around the corner. That looks awesome. Four beautiful tee shots, all absolutely in position for birdies.
Ooh, getting that to just drift late in the flight. As a deputy, that's why that thing flipped late. Really well thrown from Becca.
Sit down. Oh man.
Maria just juicing that alpaca.
Oh, and yeah, I mean, the first mistake we've seen from Jen on this whole back nine, and really kind of on the whole round. Just catching a tree. But giving it a run for the birdie anyway, almost getting it. That will end her birdie streak. And a little high on the comebacker for Maria. Nice putt for bogey there. That is a tough one. I also bogeyed this hole today, and it did not feel good.
Hurts.
It does.
It's right there. Not a ton of danger. That road does come into play. Did you find some OB?
Yep. OB, same, not same as Maria, but also went OB on the upshot, and yep, not fun. Good birdie there for Rebecca. And after a 1 over front nine, Rebecca's 3 down on the back nine, so climbing back into a solid round for her.
Holland gonna pick one up here. Moves back within 3 strokes of Jin. Whoa. That was close. Do what you must from that range. Something about the turbo.
It stresses me out, but
That's what it does to me too. A little bit of stress, and
she definitely feels comfortable with it.
we've got a little bit of a walk from the basket of 16. You head across the road and up the hill to the T-pad of the Genius Hole. But this year, we're calling it the Evil Genius Hole.
Evil Genius, yes.
Evil it is playing as the hardest hole on the course, par 5, nearly 1,000 feet. OB everywhere as you approach this basket.
It takes some really good shots. Jen with the only birdie in the FPO field yesterday. But definitely birdie capabilities on this card. We got an oh yeah from Holland. She likes that.
Great spot, pushes it toward the road. That's going to open up her angle quite a bit.
That.
Check out.
Whoop. Yep, stays safe. Good shot from Rebecca. So good.
Destroyer shot.
She got a little caught up in that tree on the right side yesterday, so just skipping past it to the left, putting herself in prime position.
Mo going Emperor here.
Mm-hmm. Getting the flip up.
Those are 4 drives that I think anyone in the field would take, honestly.
Absolutely. Rebecca giving it some height. Catching one of those trees towards the back of the second half of the fairway.
Yeah, it's really important on this second shot to try and land somewhere close to the road. The more you push the tree line on the left, the harder that third shot into the green is. If you can land near the road in the sunshine right there, it kind of opens up the options and makes that approach onto that island green that much more comfortable.
Absolutely. And Holland hit that tree but got lucky to roll back out towards the road, so opening up the angle for her.
That's a beautiful shot right there from Maria, and she's going to have a little hyzer, maybe even a skip shot off the road into this island.
Jen going back to the standstill. That clump of trees is kind of where she was on day 1, where she got the birdie from. So we'll see if she can execute that upshot again. And Holland. Oh, no.
Looked like it was short.
Wow, that was a roller coaster. Skipping off the road, then into the safety and rolling back down.
That was a cool disc.
She's got the cool dies for sure.
Throw Joe's, I believe. Rebecca playing that one safe. Well thrown. And I'm very curious to see if Jen is going to attack. She's just out of position. She's probably 250 into the green here. Looks like she is lining up a skip shot.
Laying it out wide. Skipping it off. And wow. Into the bullseye again. Wow. What a shot from Jen. No fear. She is dialed.
That's going to be to get to 12 under par.
I mean, I don't understand how she can throw it just perfectly onto those wood chips every time, it seems like, but it's very fun to watch. Oh, giving it a bit of a bid. And Holland will have putt to save par here. from across the road. Oh,
I love that they put these bleachers here behind this green because this is certainly one of the most entertaining holes on the course. They got the shade for the peeps. They're pouring cold beer. There's food cooking up. There was some live music at the Tournament Central this evening.
oof.
No way did we see that turbo.
Wow. I mean, Jen goes to the turbo in moments that I don't expect her to, but I don't think I've ever seen her miss a turbo putt, so that's a tough time to miss one for sure. Last hole of our round 2, hole 18, par 4, 535 feet, a little bit shortened up for the FPO this year. There is an out of bounds line on the right, and the parking lot on the left is OB as well. This tree that we're flying by on our right is really the only thing you want to miss off the tee. You want to get far enough left that you can have an Anheuser backhand or a forehand up into this extremely picturesque new green. Really excited about having this addition to the FPO course. And it really doesn't take a ton of distance off the tee, although obviously distance helps. Nice shot for Rebecca.
Oh, no!
That's pushing right side.
Oh, what a misfire. Completely flips that destroyer over.
And I'm wondering, she went out of bounds left day one. I think that was kind of one of those mental overcorrections there.
Well, she played nearly mistake-free for 16 holes, and then it goes with back-to-back kind of tragic mistakes here on 17 and 18. But is there a backdoor line here? Yeah, there might be a little window.
There is a little window here. That is maybe, yeah, just a little too far right. But I think she got through.
Whoa, that was scary. That was like right above the OB line where she hit.
Yeah. Rebecca going forehand. Skipping up over the log. Well inside the circle. Good shot for Rebecca. Looking
And
at
she'll still get it nose down even on that elevated.
Oh,
putt.
yes. And Maria lined up beautifully. Thrown into the green. That is a great shot as well. All in, believe, with a zone. Can't do it any better. Very well executed. Good finish to her round, especially with this mistake from Jen, getting a stroke, maybe two back, going into round 3. And super obstructed for Jen, yep. Just laying up.
So that T-bird did push through. Is Rebecca to close it out? Oh, it's just over the rim.
Good.
Good back 9 from Rebecca. 4 under on the back to get her to 3 down for the round. And, you know, I've got to give her props. She's one of the players who I saw intentionally just completely change her form.
Mm-hmm.
She changed her form. She changed her putt delivery. And she struggled for a bit.
Yeah.
And now she's kind of starting to find a rhythm again. And you know, I know that when you're in those struggles, it's hard to know if you've made the right call by changing things up. But it's really good to see her finding a rhythm with this new form. And Maria and Holland carding really nice birdies to in their round.
Jen going back to the turbo, taking her time a little bit more.
The one blemish on Jennifer Allen's scorecard gonna bring her back down to planet Earth.
Yep.
10 under par, what could have been.
And that's the new course record for FPO on this gold layout, even with that bogey to end the round. What a beautiful card for Jen Allen.
And we actually just learned about the passing of Jennifer Allen's mother very recently. And she's just a positive force in the world of disc golf. And Jennifer, we are thinking about you and your family. And we are happy to see you playing some wonderful disc golf.
Absolutely.
In honor of your mother. And thank you guys so much for joining us here on Central Coast Disc Golf. Hit that like button, subscribe to one of the best disc golf channels in the game, leave us a comment, leave Jennifer Allen a comment, show her some love, let her know how amazing that round was. And from Nate Perkins and Ella Hansen, we'll see you for the final round tomorrow.